Hey everybody, welcome back to the Miser's Guide to Evony. In this general series video, I'm going to talk about city development refining. This is a new system of refining. Well, not really a new system, but there are new refines that are specific to city development, and I wanted to talk about them. I actually learned about this from watching a Genghis video, and you should definitely check out his channel if you have not. His video was an introductory glance at the refines. He was just testing things and trying to give the best information he had at the time. So I wanted to expand on that and test more, experiment more, so I could release some information for you that you could take and work with. We're going to talk about the new refines, what they are, any restrictions that we have on these refines, and also how you might use them for developing your city. All right, so first off, let's talk about the three different types. You have the increased production type of refine. You also have the increased gathering speed type of refine, and you have the increases construction speed. I'm going to run over here to my Shajar that has a weapon that has some of these refines on them. And you'll see, okay, increases food production, stone production, and ore production on this weapon. If I open it up, you can see that the refine cap is 10%. So you can go anywhere from 1% up to 10% for these increased production of resource types. And what that does is within your city, all your little city tiles that you've been building, it helps them be a bit more effective. So that can have a drastic effect on the economy of your resource production and all that. There's another type here, the increases gathering speed, and that's the third one, increases lumber gathering speed. You have one for each resource type, and it also goes to a maximum of 10% on that refine. Now that one, unlike the first, is a very questionable addition to the game. And the reason it's questionable is because there already was a gathering speed refine, and it was better than this. In fact, the cap for gathering speed on Achaemenidae, I believe, was 25%. And that still exists. So you can still refine this same axe, and I will eventually get lumber gathering speed up to 25%. So why is it released as a 10%? Well, here's my thought. I think Evony screwed up, and this won't come as a shock to many people. I think they screwed up. I think what they meant to do here is the increases lumber gathering speed was meant to be kind of like the production. Something that you put on your wall general, and it increases the global amount. So those productions will increase my in-city production, but that increases gathering speed, I would have expected to increase this amount. It does not. It doesn't work. It's actually just gathering speed. So it's a poorer quality version of what we already had. And if that does change, if they do fix it, and it is what I think they meant to do, then I'll put it in a pinned comment, and you can check down below to see if it does work. If it isn't there, if there's no pinned comment there, then this thing just sucks, and avoid it like the plague. Now, the third type of refine is increases construction speed. I have that on another general here. I think I put it on my very first subordinate city general. Where are you? Right here. Okay. So this is what it looks like. Increases construction speed. I have, okay, there's one there. I have a better one. I'll find it. But it goes up to 10% cap. So we have the three types. Increases production. Increases production is fantastic, and I'm so happy that's in the game. Increases gathering speed is terrible, and that needs to be fixed. And then increases construction speed is just pure awesomeness. All right, let's talk about some of the restrictions to these new refines. First of all, the piece or the refine has to be on a piece of Achaemenidae gear, which has its own restriction because you must be Keep 33 and have Forge 33 to build a piece of Achaemenidae gear. So there is a level requirement that goes with this. It also has to be on a weapon. If you try to do the refining for production or gathering speed, or well, not the good gathering speed, the bad gathering speed, or the construction speed, you will not find it on any other piece of gear. I tested it tons. Trust me. I spent a lot of refining stones testing this for you. You will not find it on any of these other 5 pieces, just on the weapon, which is sucky because we don't get the bonuses, but also good in a way because then if you just refine the weapon, you can put that on your main general, and if you forget the weapon is wrong, it's better than having a completely underwhelming Shajar or other wall general that doesn't have the right kind of equipment if you're attacked. Of course, I would rather the real thing. I would rather the whole thing so that we have massively increased production and construction speed. But if they're not willing to do that, at least, it's something. So thank you for the little tiny bit of an increase that we get here. So Achaemenid weapons only. And the other thing to note is these buffs only work for a wall general. If you put this weapon, or I'm going to find that other weapon. If you put the weapon on another general somewhere else, PvP general, a subordinate city general, a duty officer, it will not work. It only works on your wall general. So if I take this off, my production will go down, even if I put it on another general. It has to be your wall general. Let's now talk about how you might use the city development refines. First, craft any Achaemenid weapon, doesn't matter which one, axe, sword, doesn't matter. And then you would cultivate it for the production bonuses that apply to you and that increase your production the most. For main cities that have large amounts of troops, you probably don't produce much food, so you wouldn't want to do food like I do here. That was a just kind of happened result. But I was looking more for ore, stone, and lumber, and that's what I would normally go for. If it's an alt and you produce a lot of food, you might want it. Who knows? I would also recommend crafting a separate Achaemenid weapon and then refining it for construction speed bonuses. Let's see if I can find the one that I did. I think it's this guy, and yes. So for this guy, I have a separate one, an Achaemenid spear that has increased construction speed 9.8, 6.9, 3.2. Now, when I throw that onto my wall city, my main defense wall general, right before I do a build, that's going to drastically reduce the amount of speed ups I need to use on buildings, especially these bigger buildings that take thousands of days. So I would only do it right before I do a build, and then I would probably switch it back for my production speed one. Since these have to be on wall generals, you could actually put it on your existing wall general when you're going to use it, so that you're defensible. Or if you use a Shajar, you could just throw it on your Shajar as well. Keep in mind that sometimes people get caught with Shajars with very weak gear. So use it how you do it. Just make sure your bubble game is great. Use the production one 24/7 so that you're producing as much as possible, and then just throw on the construction speed weapon when you're going to do builds. All right, that's it for this video. I want to thank all the channel members for supporting the Miser's Guide for Evony. Please like and subscribe the video if it's helpful for you. And if you do want to become a member and receive membership perks, you can click the join button on the channel and follow the link in the video description. I'll see you guys in the next video.